and this is my heroic imagination presentation. I've decided to do my presentation on when I needed heroes, who they were, and how I plan on channeling them in my plan to becoming a hero myself, hopefully one day. To start this project, I had to ask myself what I thought a hero was to me. I decided that a hero is someone who saves lives, uses their strength and their voice to help others, and constantly goes out of their way to improve the world that we live in. My first batch of heroes I would like to recognize is my family. I know you mentioned not to do parents as your heroes unless they do something other than being just really awesome parents, and I believe they do. Both of my parents are healthcare workers during the pandemic and for my whole life. My dad is a heart surgeon at Mott Children's Hospital here in Ann Arbor, where I'm at right now. And my mom is a nurse in hospice, and they both really go out of their way to change the lives of others and make a difference every day and save lives. I would also consider my big sister Maddie to be one of my heroes because she uses her super strong voice to advocate for, uplift, and inspire others, and she's been super supportive and helpful to me during my mental health and mental illness issues, and she also plans on becoming a nurse and going to nursing school. My next hero I would like to acknowledge is my lifelong best friend, Sam Barber. She is a huge advocate for mental health and accessibility to mental health services, and she helps me with my mental illness that I struggle with and encouraged me to go to the hospital and saved my life when I was struggling with suicidality. Last but certainly not least, I would like to acknowledge my other best friend Elena as my last hero. She's very involved in social justice activism and uses her voice and her privilege to uplift those whose voices have been silenced by oppression. She's always willing to go out of her way to help others before herself, and never hesitates to speak out on injustice when she sees it in the world. My current plan to become a hero goes hand in hand with my current employment goals. I plan to become a clinical psychologist that does therapy that includes music and art therapy into my practice, because I myself struggle with mental illness and I have for much of my life, and I know many people whose lives have been touched by mental illness and loss of people due to mental illness, and I think music and art are two really important things that helped me a lot through my recovery and through my treatment process, and I think it could really be helpful for others. Creating and listening to music and creating art have all been proven to lower stress levels and improve mental health, and I think it's a super important thing for recovery and treatment that it hasn't really been taken advantage of yet at this point in time, and I hope to make it a more accessible form of treatment in the future. I try to channel my heroes and take inspiration from them every day by trying to incorporate acts of heroism into everyday life. I often think of something my mom tells me a lot. She says, leave the world a better place than you found it, and so I often find myself reminding myself of that. So I think, what can I do to make the world a better place than I found it? And so I see that as paying it forward when I can, being there for others and being supportive and being a good friend, standing up against injustice and oppression when I see it out in the world, and using my voice and my privilege to help others and uplift people.